Hello, hero collectors here. How's it going, everybody? Hope y'all are doing fantastic. And 1, 2, 3, 4, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Sorry, I'm excited. These finally came in. I say finally, it's felt like a long time, but they are the Super 7 2003 Ninja Turtles figures. Now, you can only see two right now, but that's because these boxes are so big, and I just figured we could do a little bit of this. So I've got Leonardo, Raphael, Michelangelo, and Donatello, and I got these directly from Super7, so I was able to get the extra heads pack, so you can see all the extra expressions. I really wanted it just for the Mikey expression, and since I was going to get all four anyway, I figured might as well just get it at Super7. So this video, I'm going to only open one since they're all the same base body, but we'll take a look at all four once I have them unboxed, so most likely what we'll do is we'll unbox Mikey. But first, let's actually take a look at each of the packaging. So here is the extra heads pack. You can see all four of the heads there. And it's just artwork from the original toy packaging. I love that. It takes me back. The 2003 Turtles are my Turtles. I know a lot of people have nostalgia for the original cartoon. Some people have nostalgia for the original movies. Me, it's these guys. These guys were on every Saturday on 4Kids TV, and it's my version of the Turtles. When I read the comic books that they're in, I hear these voices. When I think of toys, I think of the old original 2003 toys. They are my Turtles, and like throwback artwork like this just really takes me back. I love that we're finally getting some nostalgia from kind of my childhood. So there's Leonardo, and here's Raphael, and yeah, I'm trying to get the best angle that I can. I've been very excited to actually get these. I've never actually bought a Super 7 figure before, so this is going to be a unique experience just in general to getting these figures, but also just to see how these actually are, because never having one, I don't know how good the plastic is, and they've actually integrated new articulation into these guys, so it's just going to be an experience. So I'm very glad to share it with you guys. Let's take a look at Donnie here, as you can see there. And yeah, I've actually been I restarted watching the cartoon because I bought the box set, or I think I was gifted the box set actually last year, and I started to watch the show, but then I just kind of fell off for no particular reason. But once I got the email that these were coming in, I started rewatching it again, and yeah, it's such a good show. And I started reading some comic books. I'm currently on Ninja Turtles Batman 1, and I've got the whole trilogy to read, so I'm going to be checking those out, and then I'm going to read the original Mirage books as well. So got the turtle fever, got that turtle hype because of these figures, so just had to spend some time talking about them and checking them out real quick. In terms of comparisons for this video, I'm going to compare these to the remakes of the original toys, the Power Ranger Turtles, and the Last Ronin NECA figure. And then I've got the Mafex Batman that I want to compare it to just because I'm reading that Batman book with the Ninja Turtles. So those are the comparisons. I'm only going to open one figure with all of you, and then off camera I will open the rest, and then we'll kind of bring them all together. I just didn't want to spend the whole video, on all four figures when they're all basically the same base body. It's just the expressions and the accessories that are different. So with all that out of the way and me yapping, let's go ahead and crack these guys open. Oh, okay. So it'd probably be ideal to open it from the top as I knock over my background. And there. I will say these boxes seem a little big for these figures. Just, I don't know, there's a lot of space in them. I get that this is probably the standard Super 7 box, but I don't know. Maybe they could have made them smaller or something. Maybe not. I don't know. I don't work at Super 7, and it's not my decision. So there is Michelangelo on the tray. And yeah, I picked Mikey because he is my favorite turtle. Leave down in the comments below, what is your favorite turtle? Mine's Mikey, because I like that he is a good fighter, but also he is goofy and just brings a lot of heart to the team. Oh, okay, interesting. Sorry, I was distracted because I was expecting the other chuck to actually be here, but those must disconnect. Interesting. I'll have to check that out. Okay. There's one hand where the... Okay, let's get this. Okay, so there's a hole for the ponytail. Oh god. How did... That's really in there. I might need to go behind the camera to get that out. Ugh. There's another hand. These. And this one. Okay. Okay. I'm sorry, I'm just testing out the joint to see if I can move that. Let's see if we can get him out pretty easily. Twisty tie. Ooh, he's got a soft belly. Interesting. There. Oh, come on. Oh, this packaging does not like me. And I really don't want to break the figure. Let's try it. Ugh. See, okay, so what I'm having trouble here is these hands are dipped into the plastic, and I'm trying not to bend the arms too far the wrong way while trying to push the torso out. So, tell you what, I'm going to pause and go behind the camera and try to just get the rest of the stuff out. Okay, that was an experience. It took a little doing, but I did get him out. That kind of settles my debate with myself on if I need to save the packaging. I'm not gonna. So, let's go ahead and just kind of test out the articulation here. So he does have a double ball here at the neck. That's cool. Okay, shoulders go up that far. I don't believe there's a butterfly joint. So there is the bicep. We got double jointed elbows, which are a first for Super 7 from my understanding. And then let's see the hands. Whoa! Where'd that go? Okay, found the hand. That went flying. He has side-to-side motion on the weapon holding hands, which I appreciate. Okay, that shoulder's really like not chewed up, but it's like got a lot of dents to it. That's weird. Oh, and that's fun to look at. A bunch of plastic mark, or like the mold marks or something like that. Okay. Let's see about that. Ooh, that was kind of stressing that peg. It's my first time kind of messing with their plastic, and it's squeaky, to be sure. He's got a ball there at the waist, so we can get some rotation. Ball jointed hips, I don't know how those are going to go down with some people, but they do give him some movement. Double jointed knee, go that far, that's pretty good. I know the feet hinge up and down. I had to move those to get him to stand earlier, but okay, there's that. It's just this leg. Kick forward. Oh, they even have peg holes. Bottom of the feet. So there is that one. Okay, so it's stiff in some places, like not stiff, not loose in others, but just kind of not quite as tough, I guess, because like this ankle is tougher than the other one. But okay, so there's the articulation busted in. Looks pretty good in my opinion. Like it has a lot of potential. I don't know how well it'll actually pose in practice. I've seen a lot of people that have already gotten these guys taking some pretty cool photos, so I'm very excited to actually start posing them around. Now I'm really curious about these nunchucks, so I want to see Okay, so yeah, that does disconnect there, and then he can just chuck it up. That's pretty sweet. I like that. That looks fun. Then he does have standard nunchuck you can put in there. I wonder, with that seems a little too loose. I don't know if there's weapon storage for him. Oh no, it must be here in the back. Okay. I thought his was on the sides. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't try that unless I double check. Because if it's on the sides, I don't want to stretch out the belt. But he also has this little communicator. They all come with the little shell communicators. But okay. I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pause. I'm going to unbox the brothers. And then we'll do some comparisons after I've kind of got them all posed up on the table. So let's do that now. Okay, I've got all 4 cracked open now, and they're pretty cool. The trouble I was having with getting the second Mikey head out, that was kind of just him basis. All the other heads popped out easy. And as you can see on the table, I've got all the accessories plus all the extra heads, as you can see there. This is just kind of how I posed them up for now. And yeah, overall I'm liking it. I did notice more that, like at the elbows, there is some swivel to the arms, so that adds some articulation. There's some swivel at the knees as well that you can use to help kind of change up the stance. I will say they are a little hard to get to stand on their own. Like Raph and Donnie, they took a couple tries, let's say, to get posed like this. And I'm not even trying to do super dramatic or dynamic posing right now. I'm just having them stand here. So, I mean, we'll see how that goes in the end. But overall, these look great. Like, having them all 4 here, it just puts the music in my head, the do 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 do, that kind of thing. It just looks so good. I'm very satisfied just by the overall like presence that they have. We'll see how they are overall when posing later on, like when I do an actual review and take photos. But as of right now, they're pretty sick. Storage for the weapons. It seems that Leo and Donnie have very explicit storage, while Mikey and Raph don't really have a particular slot, but I might be able to slide it into the belts because they do have some loose bits, so that might be how I store them for them, but I don't even know if I'm really going to store their weapons because you got to have the turtles with their weapons. So, let's go ahead and let's get the accessories cleared out of the way, and we'll start doing some comparisons. Okay, for the first comparisons, we're going to bring in the original toys. Now, this is technically not the original. These are the re-releases that Playmates did just like a couple years back. Not even a couple years, it might have been just like a year or two. But as you can see, there they are compared to their old toy counterparts. And I actually had these as a kid. I had a lot of the toys from this line, and it was some good nostalgia when they did a re-release of all these figures, because I just had to have them in my collection. But what's interesting that I know about Super 7 is usually they go for like more modern interpretations of the original toys. That's what they've done with the 80s toy line. So I'm surprised that they didn't go for these guys in their line, but instead went to the actual animation accuracy. So I don't know. I think it's pretty cool. It's interesting. The only skin tones that don't quite match are Donnie and Raph, but Leo and Mikey are pretty close. I mean, they're just a shade or two off, but they're closer than Raph and Donnie are. But yeah, that's the first comparison. Okay, the next set of figures we're bringing in are the Power Ranger Ninja Turtle crossover figures. These guys might actually be taller. Yeah, they're taller than the Super 7s. So I wasn't expecting that. And yeah, it's going to get a little awkward, but you can still see the scale once I get them in here. Of course, Raph does not want to stand. Let's get Donnie over here. So yeah, I mean, yeah, the scale isn't quite there. The Power Ranger ones are a little taller, but I don't know. Still fun comparison. Okay, also here is April with the turtles, and that doesn't scale too badly. You know, I mean, you're not gonna have April in her Power Ranger uniform with these guys, and there's Tommy, just as a comparison as a foot soldier. So if you do want to have one of the foot soldiers, you can see how he scales next to these guys. And then lastly, from the Power Rangers, we have Shredder, who is a bit larger, and that seems to be, pretty accurate, I'd say, in terms of turtle scale. He's got about a head on him, I think. So that's not too bad. So if you wanted to have that in a display. Then next up, like I said, I want to bring in a Batman just to kind of see how he scales. This is the Mafex Nightfall Batman. I do have the Blue Hush in my pile of loot at Big Bad Toy Store, and maybe that one would be better to compare, but I don't know. The scale kind of works. He's definitely taller, as he should be. The turtles are usually shorter, but I think the build and scale is a bit off with the turtles. They're just a bit larger, and it kind of throws it off, given how small Batman is compared to the rest of them. So there is that. And then for one last comparison, let's bring in the NECA Last Ronin figure right there. Now this is a turtle that is a little bit older. I'm not going to say which turtle it is. So maybe it kind of fits in the scale because it's been several years. He's no longer a teenager. He's an adult Ninja Turtle. So I don't know. Maybe that can work. And you can have the three brothers kind of shadowing him on the display or something. But yeah, I kind of like that. He's very gritty compared to these. These are clean cartoon. He's very NECA dirt and grit. So, okay. Now that we've done the comparisons, let me try and pose them up one more time for a final shot, and I'll give you my kind of initial thoughts wrap up. All right, here they are all posed up. I've got Mikey on a stand. I think they're pretty sick, not gonna lie. Do the figures have some quirks to them? Yeah. The kind of abdomen here, this is all like kind of a softer rubber material, same as the knee pads. I don't know how that's going to hold up over time. Some of the joints are tougher than others. We'll see how that goes. The wrist pegs have me scared because they're super short, but also seem super fragile and that they stress kind of easy. So, there's some quirks, but overall, the feel and the look and the posability is all very satisfying. It comes together for a fun set of turtles. And just to kind of put this out there, I meant to mention in the comparisons, I don't have any other turtles than what I just showed you. I'm very strict in my turtle collecting because I know if I buy any of the like NECA cartoon turtles, or if I start to get the other Super 7 turtles, I know I'm going to be in for a lot more. The turtles that I know I'm fully in on are any of the 2003 ones, so I had to get these guys. And of course, the Wave 2 has already been announced. I have Shredder on pre-order, but I also plan to get Casey and Master Splinter. Sorry. So I'm in for a while. There's a lot of characters that I want them to make, and I would love to pair with these guys. They're not perfect figures, but I think they're going to be a lot of fun, and they really represent what I'm wanting with the Turtles overall. So my final kind of thing after an unboxing, this isn't my full review. I want to take pictures and really see how they feel, in photography and in action and whatnot. So as of right now, just kind of getting them first in-hand thoughts. There are more positives than negatives. They're very satisfying to have in hand. They look amazing. Like it's the cartoon brought to life in plastic form, and that is really what I was going for with getting these, and they satisfy that need very well. So as of right now, that's where I'm going to leave it. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Let me know, did you get these guys? Are you planning to get these guys? Shoot me a comment if you have any questions. I'd be happy to answer the best I can. But yeah, while you're down there, make sure you like the video. Make sure you are subscribed, and I will talk to you all in another video, another post, another time.